Referee Mr. Lou Morris will now give his instructions to both boxers.
This really should be some fight.
Well, I don't think you'll see more talent in a boxing ring between two boxers. This should be a cracker.
Both absolutely sure of themselves and sure of their talent, but they're going to find out just how massive that talent is in the next few minutes.
You have to remember Dodson does have some of the advantages here. He's probably a more powerful puncher than Wright, and at least hand speed maybe a little bit faster, at least as fast. It's just that Wright knows all the tricks in the book, and he causes opponents to make so many mistakes, pulls them off balance, knows it all. Wright's getting the jab moving straight away.
It is a quite brilliant punch.
It's not a rangefinder. I mean, that's a solid jab, and it's catching Dodson. Dodson has to do something about that jab. I think Dodson's plan was to be aggressive straight from the off, expecting Wright to back off, but Wright standing his ground and meeting with that southpaw jab.
He's been in with some good fighters, says Adrian Dodson, particularly, of course, Lloyd Hannigan, who he fought here on the Ben McClellan bill. He fought very well, but of course the dreadful injuries to McClellan sort of hid the performance of Dodson on that particular night. But
has to be said too, Simon, Hannigan was well past his best. I mean, Dodson did a good job with him, but he was definitely well past his best for him. Now this jab is going to be a real problem, and Dodson's found that out right from the off. He's trying to bob past it, and he can't do it. He's going to have to start blocking the jab and walking in after it. See, he's trying to slip the jab. If that's not going to work, you can't take too many of these because they're sharp punches. That's better.
a man who has no doubts, Dodson, no doubts about his own ability, but he's soaking up a bit of leather here with that jab.
The good thing, Dodson hasn't stopped coming forward. So if he'd stopped coming forward and started trying something else, it would have been a big psychological advantage for Wright. Wright would have known that he's changed his tactics already, but Dodson's stuck with it, and he's getting close now. I mean, the amount of jabs he's taken to get to this stage, he's losing the round, but at least he hasn't lost the psychological battle. He's stuck with his tactics, and now he's getting close. Well done, Dodson, because that took a little bit of bottle. That's a hurtful jab, it's not just a rangefinder. Really slams it home.
Yeah, a little bit of afters there, but the round to Ronald Wright, and Dodson learnt a bit of a lesson in that round.
When punches landed there, you could actually be tempted to score that 10-8 to Dodson. I haven't done. I mean, the amount of punches landed bang on target with nothing coming back. I mean, Dodson has to find a way around that. As I said, psychologically he did the right thing, sticking with his tactics. But I think now the round's over, he wants to think something else. If he can't slip the jab, he's going to have to block it or get his own jab off quicker. And very, very difficult. Already we can see how difficult a job this is, Simon.
Won the WBO Intercontinental title in October '95. Did Dodson 3 defences, all of them stoppages. But he's had to wait a long time for this, 17 months in the wilderness. #1 challenger in the end, but still, he couldn't really get that fight until tonight. That tells a story, doesn't it? 30 jabs landed in the opening round alone.
I mean, how do you advise your man to fight Ronald Wright? How do you do it? I mean, Dodson must get close, but he's getting close, and even when he's close, he's been out-punched in there. Dodson, I suppose, has to keep trying to pressurise Wright and hope the pace is going to slow down and let him get some heavy punches home. But that really was a shocking first round for Dodson. I think it must really have shocked him. He couldn't believe he could be so convincingly outboxed by anybody in the world in the first round of a fight. See, Dodson is usually a smooth performer, but he's having to force the work here. And we're only in the second round here. And this is the last thing that Dodson wants to have to do, force the action. He likes the moves and the punches to flow. That's not going to work tonight.
Because he needs success, Dodson. He needs to just get little successes along the way here. There haven't been many coming.
He has to stay close to Wright, because if he starts backing off now, as I said in the first round, it would be a tremendous psychological plus for Wright. Don't give Wright the impression that you've broken your heart or that you've changed your tactics, but this is really a tough start for Dodson. Full credit, he's sticking in there.
Dumping shots to the head and now to the body from Ronnie Wright.
See, Wright has a lot more grit than people give him credit for. He's not a fancy Dan, he's the complete article. The thing that always impressed me about Wright, the first time he challenged for the world title, he was on the floor 5 times against Julio Cesar Vasquez, but he got up 5 times in a fight he knew he was losing. That takes some ticker. I mean, that shows you this guy really has courage.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago, and now he's astride the world.
The action's going to have to slow down, I think, before Dodson can become effective.
Dodson swelling just under the left eye. Another good round for Ronnie Wright. Not the avalanche of punishment of the first round, but still convincingly for the American. There's Robin Reed. Next up, defending his WBC super middleweight title against Sugar Boy Malinga. And we spoke to Robin just a few minutes ago, and he had a special message for his opponent.
All I can say is one of your stablemates came over earlier the year and tried to do what you're going to try and do on December the 19th, and I'm afraid you're going home in exactly the same condition as he did, and that's a loser.
So, looking as confident as he sounds, Robin Reed. That super middle to follow this light middle, WBO light middleweight championship of the world, the 3rd world title fight that we've had tonight at the London Arena.
Well, Dodson has proved to us already, Simon, how badly he wants this. That's been 2 tough rounds, and he's right back up close to Wright again. I think he's going to have to continue with these tactics. He can't outbox this man, he's far too slick. So he's going to have to do it the hard way. It's not the way he normally does it. It looks like the only way. It's really a heartbreaker of a jab that Wright has. Real heartbreak. Dodson's punches have been blocked.
For all his brilliance, he's just not able to get anything going.
So this guy is impossible. I mean, nobody else could make Adrian Dodson box so recklessly. But it's the only way he can get close. He tried to slip the jab in the first round. He knew straight away it wasn't working, so he's doing all he can do. He's marching straight into punching range. and trying to draw right into a slugfest. But even when it comes down to that, Wright has plenty of grit, and he's even coming out on top of that. I think Dodson's just trying to drag some of the steam out of Wright, just trying to get the pace slowed down so as he can become effective. But he's taken too many punches in the process, and he's looking as though he's feeling the pace more than Wright.
As you say, it's really brave tactics, and unusual for him. He doesn't fight like this normally.
And I think it's the only way it can be done. I can't see any other. I mean, how do you advise a man to go out and face Ronald Wright? It's impossible. All you have to do is get out there and outgame him, and that's what Adrian's trying to do at the moment, and full credit to him.
Especially Adrian having to forsake the tactics that have taken him this far, both as amateur and pro.
I mean, such a classy, quality performer, and he's having to do it like this. It just shows you how good Winky Wright is. I tell you, things have levelled up as we get towards the end of this round.
There's a good shot there, just as you said that.
Yeah, I mean, again, the better punches have been landed by Wright. Most of Dodson's stuff has been caught in gloves and blocked. But you have to say, the action's a bit more even. He's getting more chances to get punches off now. You can see he does not like doing business this way.
Again, a few more words. Dodson beginning to mark up now around the left eye. Underneath it's swelling, no cut, but it's a testimony to the amount of quality work it's had to endure. Ronald Wright looking every bit as good as he did against Foster and Bingham. And you can see only double the amount of punches landed.
See, Dodson, he's doing all he can do. He's trying to draw this fella into a brawl. But even when it comes down to that, the guy is so strong, so full of grit, that he's at least matching Dodson and sometimes coming out on top. And that accurate jab has given Dodson so many problems. What a tough night's work for Adrian Dodson.
There's the swelling.
Second round, round 4.
A real testimony to his will. There's the scorecard so far. Very much one-way traffic.
Dodson changing tactics now, standing off, and we'll see how if he can outbox this man. I don't think that the first 3 rounds have taken enough out of Wright. It looks as though actually he's taken more out of Dodson.
Swelling now above and below the left eye of Dodson. I have a feeling it could be important later on.
Dodson's taken too long to get the punches off, Simon. He's feeling the pace. He's used up a lot of steam in the first 3 rounds. Now he's just stalking. He's not pressurising. Has to get these punches out quicker. This is far better. Straight through the guy. See, Dodson's not a fighter who's used to taking punches like this. And he's got a good chin, he can take a shot, but I mean, he's never used to taking as many shots as this, and he's probably wondering what's going on in there.
Still the jab, banging with real force. And Dodson looking a bit of a sorry sight on the left side of his face.
Body shots have been good from Dodson. Certainly the signs are Dodson getting a little bit closer, but you still feel condition-wise that the first 3 rounds have done more harm to Dodson than they have to Wright. Wright's punches bang on target, Dodson's catch arms and gloves.
Almost a one-arm fighter, isn't he? Right. Does very little with the left.
That's all he needs at this moment. Dodson's walking forward and he's just stopping him with that jab. So accurate with it. I mean, your heart goes out to Adrian Dodson. He's giving it everything he's got. This is not the way he likes to perform. He's given it all he's got. He really wants to win this fight, but you really have to feel for him. Right, just a little bit flat-footed at the end of the round. But again, his accuracy for me, just keeping him in control.
No flashiness there from Dodson. I think he's just been eaten out of him by this ramrod right hand from Wright. Incessant. 96 jabs, and quite a few of them with real power.
And what do you say to your man in the corner? What can Dodson's people? It's a job I do not envy. How do you psych this man up?
Dodson trying to counter.
Well, this is the best spell Dodson had, but no matter what he produced, his punches were landing. He landed a few good body shots, but most of Dodson's punches are landing on gloves. But Wright, so accurate. Look, right through the guard. Bang, bang, bang. 3, and a little nudge just to finish it off.
That eye looks in danger of closing in a couple of rounds' time if we get more of the same. Needs to land a big shot, Dodson.
Yep, he needs a bit of success just to give him some glimmer of hope that he can stay in this fight, because nothing's gone right so far. And I've scored 4 rounds, all to Wright. And okay, the rounds have become more competitive in the last couple of rounds, but still no real great impression made by Dodson.
Sharp as he was either.
Yeah, but also signs here that Wright would be happy to slow that pace down a little bit. I mean, he's not stepping forward, he's quite happy to keep it at long range. A quiet round would suit Winky Wright as well. He's not doing too much here.
But the bad news for Dodson is that Wright's getting it.
Really used up so much steam.
Wright calling Dodson forward and then brutalizing him with that right hand.
Dodson's doing everything you could ask a fighter to do in a fight. How do you get past that man's jab? See again, Dodson's punches land on the gloves. Wright's clean onto the target. Dodson's giving it all he's got, Simon, all he's got. And he just can't solve this fellow out. Never managed to make an impression yet.
And to put it in perspective, this is one of the most talented fighters that Britain's produced in recent years.
Real class, real quality. I mean, punches thrown in this round. I mean, Dodson's thrown twice as many punches in this round as Wright, but they've all been blocked, slipped, and countered.
Dodson giving him the evil eye, but there's just about only one of those eyes open. He's being bust up again.
Now the vicious punches coming back from Wright. It's as though he gives Dodson his way for the first part of the round, then meets him head on.
Terrific. It's a boxing lesson that Wright's giving Adrian Dodson at the moment. Terrific amateur he was too, 156 of his 60 amateur fights, and then turned pro. Was Jim said, had that early problem when he lost to Julio Cesar Vasquez in his first world title shot 3 years ago, but since then wins all the way, winning the title against Bronco McCart in Michigan last year.
See, Dodson giving it all he's got. You really have to feel for Adrian Dodson. He waits so long for a chance to fight for the world title, and in the other corner you get a man like this.
Corner, 10 seconds.
You couldn't ask any more from Dodson.
Keep slipping his lead and whip that left cross in.
Keep slipping his lead. Easier said than done.
Yeah, well, he's tried that in the first couple of rounds. Maybe now that the pace has slowed slightly, there's a chance maybe he could slip the jab and get inside. But Wright is such a complete fighter. Even when Dodson gets past the jab, he's got something else to come up with.
The eye is closing all the time now. Another round or two and it will be closed, and you've got to fight Wright with two eyes open. You can't fight him one-handed, and I have a feeling if this carries on, this is going to get stopped.
It's reaching the stage that a corner could start thinking, if you can't see Dodson turning this around, then you want to get him out of there. Look at the state of his face. He's a man not used to taking punches. Dodson should not be getting hit as often as this in the fight. And you just wonder, he's given all he's got, how much has he got left? Yes. And this fella still looks the stronger of the two.
Absolutely, and he has a big career still in front of him, Adrian Dodson. Yep, it could be truncated if they carry on too long with this.
Yeah, but the decision's going to have to be made soon. If things don't change in the corner, what is the point? Do we carry on with this? If Dodson starts making a dent on this fella, then fine, leave him in there. But look, he's walked right onto that southpaw jab again. And Wright still looking far the stronger of the two. If Wright was beginning to weaken, take some shots, then fine. But he's virtually unmarked. Look at the state of Adrian's face.
Yes, bleeding from the mouth and nose. That horrible mouse over his left eye. Wincing just above us there was Adrian Dodson, and that's not a good sign.
I mean, he hasn't stopped coming forward. The jabs now are stopping him in his tracks. The jabs are hurting him now.
Right, just looking back and admiring his work now and piling it in. And Dodson, his mouth gaping open. He's a sorry sight.
He's beginning to look like the victim of a severe mugging, isn't he?
He is.
And Wright, not a mark. Dodson not been able to make even an impression on the man. It just shows you the quality of world champion this man is. Dodson now swinging punches. I mean, this is not the real Adrian Dodson. It is the real Adrian Dodson, but it's just nothing you can do with this fellow.
Just completely outclassed by this spellbinding man, Ronnie Wright.
I mean, you're trying to give Adrian Dodson the round. You're trying to score the round to him for the amount of work he's doing, the amount of heart he's putting into what he's doing.
But then Wright comes back with 4 or 5 vicious shots.
I mean, Dodson, he really has outworked Wright in this round, but the quality, again, coming from Wright. See, look, so in control. Nothing that Dodson has done in this round has really made an impression.
It's a lazy, languid style, and it's too good for Adrian Dodson.
One machine's left. I'll put it out. I can't see it left. Okay, I'll put it out.
You have to look at his eye and his nose.
Okay. Okay. You press the axe first. Yes, right. Come on, come on. Come here. Come on.
Going to carry on. I think the doctor's being called up. Barry Hearn is in the corner.
Why don't you do this up?
How's the nose?
All right, let's have it.
Pandemonium. Doctor's in there having a look. The referee's in there.
Okay, okay.
He can't see.
The eye's almost closed, yeah.
It stopped. It's over. A brave effort. And he's a talented guy, and he will come again, Adrian Dodson, but not tonight. This man was spectacular. We go to the old cliche of pound for pound. Pound for pound, there aren't many better fighters than Ronald Wright.
No, he does it all. How do you fault? Tell me what he did wrong tonight. Absolutely nothing. He produced everything, raised the pace, lowered the pace, mixed it, boxed it long range, did everything perfectly against a real world-class performer. And look at the state of Adrian Dodson's face here. I'm pleased the fight's over, because Dodson will definitely come again.
The important thing is learning from your mistake. If it was a mistake, learning from your defeat for sure. Dean Francis.
Well, I think you've learned it. Don't trouble this fellow again. Let somebody else challenge him.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the fifth round, the contest has been stopped with Adrian Dodson unable to continue. The winner and still light middleweight champion of the world, Ronald Winky Wright.
So 3 defences in the UK, all 3 of them have been comprehensive wins. Ensley, Bingham and Steve Foster perhaps will be feeling a little better about that when they see a guy of Adrian Dodson's calibre torn apart.
Adrian Dodson.
It was amazing. It was, on the scorecard, it was a one-horse race against a man of proven quality. Thankfully, the fight, 5 rounds plenty. So 6 rounds plenty. So let Adrian Dodson come again. Still plenty to offer, and he goes out carrying his shield. Tremendous performance from Dodson.